And welcome back. We have the third board president, Mike Strasiuso, with us today, and got a few things to go over. Lots of committee meetings. You gave me a list here coming up this week, as there always are. Lots of committee meetings, and I know all the board presidents have always said, "Come to the committee meetings." You know, that's the thing where things start to generate from, and where you can really be heard, and whatever it is, whether it's landscape or finance, they're good to go to.
Our first budget meeting was the landscape.
Yeah, that's right. You start on the different committees. Yeah, 2 people. And that's a big one. Landscape, M&C, or maintenance, construction, whatever it, those are the big ticket items. And, you know, that's where people can say, hey, you know what, we'd like this done and that done. And
It's a $5 million budget.
yeah.
And 2 residents and the board. But our next board meeting is a week from tomorrow, May 20th, 9:30. It's televised. We have no idea how many are watching, but if you wish to see it live, come to the boardroom at 9:30.
Right.
Early in our agenda is member comments. You get up and make any comment that you choose, as long as it isn't on the agenda.
Right, exactly. Then they have to wait.
Once on the agenda, then you can get up and address an item.
Exactly.
Our committee schedule, our finance committee is the second Tuesday of the month, and that happens to be at 1:30 tomorrow. Our landscape committee is the first Thursday of the month at 9 a.m. And our M&C is the first Monday of the month at 9 a.m. And following the previous Friday, we go on a tour of the items that are on the agenda. And you're welcome to join us on the tour. Our agenda prep meeting is this Wednesday, the Wednesday before our board meeting at 2 o'clock. It is an open meeting. Anyone may attend the agenda meeting. And we have a couple of unique resident problem resolution the second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m., and that would be this Wednesday. Typical gathering, anywhere from 6 to 10 residents who come and discuss issues that they feel needs more attention than what it's getting. Resident problem resolution. It's also interesting, Third Mutual has the resident problem resolution. United does not. That's their choice. And probably every other meeting will have a United resident.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And when they give us their manor number, we, whoops.
Yeah.
We don't address United issues in the meeting, but we try to guide them. The new resident orientation, those who have just moved here, and even if it isn't a just move here, and you'd like an overview of the goings on in our community.
That's a nice thing to have, I think.
It is, and that one is really well attended. Between 20 and 30 typically. Ask good questions. They get a 30-minute video. It's a terrific service. United also has a new resident orientation.
Yeah, it's a good service. And you know, you bring up a point, even if you've lived here for a while, maybe you should just change it to resident orientation. But yeah, if you're been here maybe even a couple years and you you want to get an overview, that's a good thing to come to. It really is.
Absolutely, thank you. A touchy subject, the lawsuit United has filed against GRF. And people have said, Third Mutual did not need to file a lawsuit. Well, we didn't. We filed a legal action. And contrary to what's being said, the action was to put the court on notice that we are an affected party.
Mm-hmm.
The consequences of that lawsuit affects all 12,736 owners. And in fact, when we filed, the court kind of went, phew. But where is Mutual 50? They're affected as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was the right thing to do at the right time. It was done quickly. Again, there were those who decided that it should have been a full board action. We have a legal affairs committee that made the decision and moved, and then asked the board for ratification. And it was ratified by the board.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, on the website, Laguna Woods Village, there is a commentary describing Third Mutual's position and cause for filing the action.
Okay. Yes, I've seen it there on the website. And you have a new newsletter.
We do. We have a new committee. It's chaired by Beth Perrick, Public Relations Committee, and the board is now publishing on the website.
Okay.
Our topics for this month include Third Mutual President's message. Oh my. Board information, including operating rules, additions, or changes. We're setting the record straight, and project updates and highlights.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to have there.
And
Yeah.
on last month's, our April board meeting, we had one new business item that required a 30-day postponement having to do with real estate. We refer to it as real estate signage policy. And I read that to somebody and they said, what the hell does that mean? Well, that means posting open houses.
Okay.
Those signs, and we limit the signage for open houses to Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. However, the local multiple listing service does a tour on Thursdays.
Okay.
So we are adding to Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay. And you're talking about the open house signs that the realtor
Yes,
posts.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you for
All right.
clarifying it.
You know, I have a question on that. When you guys were talking on that, just this is more of a curious thing because I know where I live in Rancho Santa Margarita and our association, when a realtor wants to have an open house, they go to the association. So all the signs are consistent. They all look the same. It just says the name of our association, which is called SAMLARK in little letters, but then open house pointing. So if you drive down the street it's always on a Sunday, right? You might see a lot of these, but they're all have a very consistent look. And then when the realtor is done with them, they give them back to the association that takes care of them. We do the same thing for garage sales as well. Have you guys ever looked into having like a consistent look where a realtor would come in and say, I need 2 signs for this weekend, and so you don't have all these different, I'm just curious about that. I caught you off guard. No, because when you were talking about this, I thought, I wasn't quite sure if the thing behind this was that they look unsightly, or they're in the wrong days, or something like that.
You used a term, ever looked at that.
Right.
I don't speak to the 50 years.
Okay.
Okay. Have we, in my years of experience? No. Not in that style that you're referring to.
All right.
Okay.
I just thought I'd ask, because when you were going over that day, I was kind of wondering about that. Okay, we only have a minute left, so maybe pick out one of these that you want to talk about real quickly.
This is a sad commentary. Bullying is still prevalent in Laguna Woods Village. A terrorist threat was made last summer against me by a resident of Third Mutual. The threat was made by announcing to my 2 young, and I mean young, 7 and 10-year-old grandchildren, while they were at the Equestrian Center, in the presence of my wife and daughter, and then it was repeated. Imagine getting in the face of those 2 children and announcing, I'm going to kill your grandfather.
Wow.
This has been reported to the Orange County Sheriff Department, and they assigned it a case number and labeled it a terrorist threat. My options are still open on how to proceed. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, sorry to hear that. And no matter what goes on here in the village and the different sides people are on, that's something we certainly don't need. You have the right to your own opinion, but you don't go up to somebody's grandkids. They don't know what's going on, especially at that age, no matter what it is. You just welcome them to the event and be cordial, and that's how it should be.
It's good to be back on TV6.
All right, nice to have you here, and we will see you the day after your meeting.
Yes.
All right, you take care. Folks, we'll be back in just a moment.